is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
With me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. The mystical flight of the arrow is a source of great fulfillment in my life and millions of families around the world, especially in the United States of America, where we the people own the critters and we manage them based on sustained yield, habitat carrying capacity, population dynamic science, and there are more deer than ever in recorded history in my freezer. So, allow me to kiss the sky. If you don't celebrate the mystical flight of the arrow, your stimuli factor is embarrassingly low. I got a old Scott release, Bill Scott. I got the Fred Bear arrow wrap from Clint and Boning Archery, Bohning, they've been around longer than I have. Is that possible? Anyhow, I'm here in the Man Cave Cuckoo's Nest, the arsenal of democracy, and sometimes when I want all the ugly Joe Biden, Barack Obama, the FBI and the ATF devils to just go away, the IRS to stumble and fall on their face, I get my Mathews bow and I become one with the mystical flight of the ever-loving. Oh, bullseye. Do you have bullseyes in your life? I have bullseyes. I'm going to show you that because I got a target over here about 10 feet away. And there it is. Can you see the arrow sticking in that bullseye right? Oh, look at that. Anyhow, welcome back to the Spirit Campfire. You know, a real campfire would have a bow and arrow nearby. And thank you, everybody. Thank you at RAV. I got so many wonderful people at Real America's Voice. These people have a T-Rex Lifetime Scrotum of Defiance Award for letting Ted Nugent mouth off from the Man Cave Cuckoo's Nest Arsenal of Democracy. And thank Doug Banker and my son Toby and Rocco. What a wonderful family I have. You know, it's all about God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Ten Commandments, Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence, the Great White Buffalo, and the swirling dust of the American Dream Arena, where we stumble and get right back up and put our heart and soul into being the best that we can be, because the American bison is the only creature that looks for a storm. It's like Ted Nugent. You got a storm? Everybody got a storm? Because I'm coming at you. Law and order. I believe in law and order. And now that we have voted in a real commander-in-chief, hopefully we can have some real law and order. But in the meantime, I'll talk about it. I don't even know where I was going on my phone. But anyhow, I wanted to thank everybody at Real America's Voice. But now that we're talking about law and order and the right to keep and bear arms. By the way, do you have a 10 millimeter? Are you shooting Remington 200 grain Corlock 10 millimeter rounds? I was at the range this morning with my Glock 20 and my new Glock 40, Model 40, not a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber. That's like nonsense. It's like a 10 short. It's like a 10 for the FBI girls. Well, it's too much recoil. Oh, kid, make me some cookies, would you? Just put the gun down, get in the kitchen, and make me some cookies. So anyhow, on the phone with some of my FBI agents yesterday celebrating Christmas, real FBI agents. You can tell they're real FBI agents because they retired. They're so embarrassed by James Comey and Chris, whatever the dirtbag's name is. It's the new, what a bunch of J. Edgar Hoover perverts running the FBI. You should be ashamed of yourself. But yeah, in order to be ashamed of yourself, you have to have a conscience. But let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, go to armslist.com. Now, everybody, you got to go, you got to have first aid kits. I go to Voodoo Tactical. Got to have first aid kits. VoodooTactical.com. Got first aid kits for all my family and friends for Christmas. But go to armslist.com. It is America's firearms marketplace. These are great people. I mean, if you have a list, you're going to be checking it twice. It should be an arms list. Armslist.com. Now more than ever, you got to have the right guns, the right ammo. You got to have plenty of each. You have to make sure everybody in your family knows how to operate them. They got to be right available right now. They can't be locked in a safe or at the gun club or with one of them trigger locks. Have you ever used a trigger lock? What kind of numbnut uses a trigger lock? What about the children? Of course, you have to keep firearms inaccessible to the children, but not with a trigger lock, because you might need it to save the children. And you know what happened on October 7th, about a few years back, when the Taliban wanted to get even with those that killed their hero, Osama bin terrorist Bama. They're coming here, people. Well, that's an extreme, outrageous conspiracy. Hezbollah, Taliban, Hamas, they're here. They were red carpeted into America by Joe Biden and the satanic Uncle Sam gang. They are the terrorists who want to kill you are here. I'm not kidding. Tell everybody in your family and your friends and everybody at deer camp. I still have a deer camp. It goes all the way to March 1st. In fact, it goes once a year because we got exotic deer. I love exotic deer. You ever eaten an axis deer or a fallow deer or a sika deer? Oh, delicious protein. Armslist.com. Is there a code? They have put a code in for armslist.com, but it's America's firearms marketplace. Be sure you have adequate firepower and it's absolutely ready to go. Have it in your vehicle. Well, we're not allowed to have a gun in our vehicle in Michigan. That would be an infringement. Because the terrorists are already here by the millions. Whatever, where's your proof, Ted? The video. The fact that they keep raping and killing Americans, and then our anti-justice court system lets them out to continue raping and killing Americans. What in God's name happened to the United States of America? I'll tell you what happened. Liberals, Democrats, Marxists, and communists, epitomized by Joe Freak Boy Satanic Biden and Kamala Idiot Harris and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and his buddy Mike and Christopher Wray and James Comey. They're here, and they're going to pull an October 7th in America. And if you're unarmed and helpless, you're going to die. I've always ranted. You know, isn't it funny? We have a Make America Healthy again. Well, Nugent's a radical. The FDA wouldn't poison our food. Oh, the FDA absolutely poisons our food. And Uncle Sam absolutely invited in Hezbollah and Hamas and the Taliban to kill you. And if you're unarmed and helpless, good luck. And I'm not talking about a 38. I'm talking about firepower. You got to have a rifle, an AR-15, or in my case, an M4 and MP5, and lots of magazines. They're not clips, they're magazines. Oy vey. We have 3.5 minutes left in this segment. I cannot emphasize enough how our battle is not over. Just because we voted in a real commander-in-chief that is dedicated. Donald Trump, I pray for this great man every day. Oh, by the way, put on the screen, Donald Trump is giving me an award. I got some kind of an award coming up. The freedom fighter, the defender. Look at this. I'm going to Mar-a-Lago. I got a jet coming to get me. Go to Mar-a-Lago. They're going to give me Defender of Freedom Award. Actually, I stumble. You've noticed I just stumbled, looking for words to show how much I appreciate this. But with all due respect, I'm not a defender of freedom. Freedom doesn't need to be defended. It needs to be promoted and celebrated, therefore crushing the skulls of those who would tamper with our freedom. So thank you, Donald Trump. And I guess this, what's this guy's name? Bland? Harvey Bland? What's his name? Russell Brand. What is this? Yellowstone, you got to ride the brand. Sheriff Parnell McNamara, ride the brand. So Russell Brand, I'm proud to share you. Russell Brand's a high energy son of a bitch. Can we get Russell Brand on my show? Does he have a show? This guy is a motor mouth, truth, logic, and common sense. Banzai, Gonzo, intergalactic historical current events referencing czar. This guy makes me look like I have a speech impediment. like an English accent. He has an English. Is he English? He's a limey. So Russell Brand is getting the Global Freedom Defender Award. I'm getting the Intergalactic Universal Freedom Defender Award at Mar-a-Lago on February 18th. And we're going. Shemaine says, I need a tuxedo. Never owned a tie. I had to borrow my brother Jeff's tie for my first communion. There's my Christmas card. Somebody sent me that. Jim Iowa Zena goes on Facebook. Jim, you're a wild man. Ted Nugent Weekend Warriors. Christmas is Ted Nugent. It's true. Because I'm like Santa Claus with a machine gun. Did you get that? Somebody sent me that. So adorable. Then we have the dead Santa Claus, and then we have the family photo. Did I send you the family photo of me and Shemaine with Sadie and Coco and Jackson? I love my dogs. My dogs are doing so good this year. But anyhow, armslist.com. Go there. Make sure that, well, you can't just buy guns through the mail. It has to go to a federal firearms license dealer, which is an infringement, by the way. Shall not be infringed. It is infringed. Every gun law is an infringement. Well, you don't want just everybody getting a machine gun and shooting everybody. That's what they say. That's what their response is to me. If we would end the self-inflicted, America-destroying, life-destroying scourge of engineered recidivism, you should still be able to buy a Thompson submachine gun from the Sears catalog through the mail. But since we're surrounded by evildoers and rapists and murderers and child sex offenders, like the drag queen story hour people, those child sex offenders, people with a rainbow flag that believe in NAMBLA, North American Boy Love. The rainbow flag people that go, well, we have gay rights. No, that's not what they're talking about. They think they have the right to have butt sex with little boys. North American Man-Boy Love Association. That's the rainbow flag. Well, not everybody. No, that's the rainbow flag. Those are the ones that have the pornography in school classrooms. Are we done? Is this my last segment? I'll be back sometime, I guess. I'll see you.